12 months on in Nepal, life amid wreckage is the routine. Hopes and homes left in the dust. There are some 600,000 families in Nepal still waiting to rebuild their houses. Some live in tents, others are living in the rubble. But there are a number of other serious challenges this country faces 1 full year after the earthquake. Violence, fear, and abuse in the turmoil that followed disaster, with children and young women like Grisma bearing the brunt of it. Her house fell on her in the earthquake. Her father died, and her mother couldn't make ends meet. Then an older man started preying on the 17-year-old. One day he insisted I meet him in a field, she says. I was with my cousin, but she left. And the man started grabbing me, touching me. In the end, he raped me. Grisma is now pregnant and feels social pressure to marry that man. The earthquake changed my life, Grisma says. I had to drop out of school. I lost friends. I even tried to commit suicide. It's the kind of story that's become frighteningly common in Nepal, pushing aid organizations like Plan International to act. On this afternoon, girls and young women come to learn to protect themselves from being assaulted by men, from being married off too young, from being lured away and enslaved by strangers, human trafficking. They're all issues Nepal's faced before, but never like this. I am afraid, says Kabita Lama. Since the earthquake, my house is not secure. I have nowhere to hide from thieves and wandering strangers. Since the quake, since those days when lost children started roaming the country, human trafficking has increased. UNICEF says it has intercepted about 1,000 children it suspects were being taken out of Nepal. And the aid agencies say more and more parents or other relatives are complicit.
And as people's desperation increases, as the recovery takes a longer period of time, they look to more desperate measures, and that might include things like considering early marriage for their children. It might lead to a lapse in judgment when it comes to migration or the opportunity to work abroad.
Or to work in Nepal's own brick factories under the rows of smokestacks that line Kathmandu Valley. Child labor is against the law in Nepal. It's been reduced over time, though never eradicated. These days, it seems rampant. I find a girl who looks in her mid-teens molding bricks. Boys who tell me they are 15, 14, and 13 digging clay. Viswas is from a village at the other end of Nepal. I work 11 hours a day, 6 days a week, he tells me. He's paid about 40 cents an hour. Still, the most striking workers here are the little boys unloading bricks from the back of the truck to make their families money when other options have disappeared. A year after the big tremor, it's children in Nepal who are still vulnerable to this kind of aftershock. Sasha Petrusik, CBC News, Kathmandu.